Hello and welcome. Welcome to the TV Room. David Bradley here. I'm still going through this box. Super Mon. Oh my. These look like vintage listings where the ribbon, oh, this is better. Certainly. Oh, look. It's the +4 C16 memory map. And it looks rather easy to see. That is handy for people with the C. I'm sure this is somewhere online. I am sure of it. Anyway, I'm going to set this aside in the set. And what do we have here? But a compute magazine. Oh yes, and remember, not how much you pay, it's how much you get. Indeedy. What is this from? February 1985, issue number 57. Advanced sound effects on the Commodore 64. Compute. This was, oh, compute, oh, this is before the Compute Gazette. I wonder, let's look in here. Do we see that name? Do we see that name? I don't know if we see that name. Jim Butterfield, Machine Language Multiplication Part 2. Indeedy. A printer for all reasons. Best. Search for the. Boy, it's funny. There's an ad for a printer here. But it really doesn't say what it is. I can't hardly see what it says. Isn't that interesting? What kind of printer is it? A printer for all reasons. Search for the best high quality graphics printer. Interesting. Anyway. So yes, Jim Butterfield. Years ago. Years and years ago, how I miss him every day. What do we have here? Oh, Compute Gazette. Oh, that was Compute. This is okay. All right, so this is actually also from February 1985 for the Commodore Vic-20 and 64 personal users. Yeah. Let's see here. Oh, of course, there are many ads before we get to the thing. Michael S. Tomczak, beginning computer math. There are names I do remember. Richard Mansfield. I don't see. I don't see the Butterfield name. Oh yes, it's not how much you pay, it's how much you get. Ha 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 ha. So true. Look, what do we, oh my word. Look at this Compute. Oh, there's a magazine, there's an ad for a 64 on the back. This thing, it's massive. It is 308 pages. Oh look, there's the bingo cards in the back. There's gotta be a Butterfield. Oh, look at that. Word Pro Plus in a class by itself. That is the program by C. Punter. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. We got, oh my, there's tons of stuff in here. There's Jim Butterfield's name. There's another Jim. Relative files for the Vic-20 and Commodore 64 Part 1. Yeah, I never got into those. And most people probably didn't. Machine Language Bagel Break Part 2. Jim Butterfield. And I wonder if it's a massive thing. I wonder if there's more. Anyway. Huge, 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 huge magazine. I'll put that over here inside the set. Uh-oh, here's one. Oh yeah, Commodore 64 ad. And it's July 83, and we're missing the cover. Oh, Jim Butterfield, Machine Language. Numeric Output Part 3. Jim Butterfield, visiting the Vic-20 video. Part 3. Jim Butterfield, Commodore 64 video, a guided tour, Part 4. Jim Butterfield, how the Vic-20 serial bus works. Whew. Louis F. Sander. All kinds of names from Bill Wilkinson. I remember hearing that before. Anyway, this is, of course, Compute's author guide. Anyway, this too is mighty big. It is 272 pages. My golly. Oh, what do we got here? Compute's Gazette, March of 1985. What's on the back? Oh, look what's on the television tonight. Oh, the Hulk at 6, Solar Fox at 7:30, Magic Desk 1 at 9. Oh, sorry, 6:30 Math Fact, 7 Frenzy Flip Flop, The Manager. Ooh, okay. Anyway, announcing the most exciting variety show on television, featuring many of the stars of arcade games, education, and the business world. Produced by and for Commodore, the people who bring you the Commodore 64, a 64K computer that would be a value at 3 times its price. In fact, many of its competitors are 3 times its price. Produced in living high-resolution graphics with 16 available colors, with 8 three-dimensional sprites, with a real high-fidelity sound that covers a 9-octave range, and a supporting cast of low-price, high-capacity disk drives, printers, monitors, a better way to watch the Commodore 64, and modems. So if you're not pleased with what's on your TV set tonight, simply turn on your Commodore 64. Commodore 64, it's not how little it costs, it's how much you get. Indeedy. Let's see here. Commodore peripheral ports. Look at communication with your computer. Yeah. I betcha. But I don't know. I would bet that that's by Jim Butterfield. But I don't know. I just don't know. Maybe not. Nope. I don't see Jim in here. I don't. Alright. Well. Oh. Wait just have 2 more. Look at this massive thing. Oh, the back cover's missing. 344 pages was compute. Whew. Whew. Massive. Oh, there's WordPro. I made it. It was really the first. Oh my. It's kind of stuck. What do we have? Oh yeah. Jim Butterfield, Machine Language, Bagel Break, Part 3. Jim Butterfield. Commodore DOS Wedges, an overview. Merging basic programs from Commodore Disk by Jim Butterfield. Oh yeah, let's see. Lots of stuff in here. Oh, Jim Butterfield, what's this? The Commander, a command extension facility by Jim Butterfield. Yeah. Wow. All kinds of magical stuff in here. It was wow. Yes, another phone book sized thing. Although really, okay. So the DOS Wedge. That's what I was going to talk about. Look at that. Here's the cover. The DOS Wedge was a little program. See, on the original PET and such, before Basic 4 came along, the only way to get a directory and other such stuff, which is still on the 64 as it was load, quote, $quote, comma 8. And of course, if you had a program in memory, it would wipe it out. So the DOS Wedge was a thing you could load in that would let you look at the directory and do some other things without ruining what you had in memory. And it was the greater than sign, and then say like $, and then up would come the directory, and you would be fine. But it did other things. I never really used it that much. I always had a feeling that when you stick something somewhere else, it could interfere with stuff, which probably was possibly true, but in most cases not really. So here it is, compute. Oh look, if personal computers are for everybody, how come they're priced for nobody? Yes, excellent question. Upgrade. There's the Commodore 64. What's this? The Apple IIe 64K. $1,395. Remember, this would be American. The TRS-83 16K. $999. The IBM PC 64K. $1,355. And there is much to read on here, but I don't think I'll do that. And the Commodore 64, under $600. You can't buy a better computer at twice the price. So true. Funny, they're showing this on a Sony television, which I'm not sure if they didn't have any yeah, they would have had monitors by now, but also just showing it. Look, you don't have to buy a monitor. You can just connect it to your television. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. Oh. All right. Let's see how we doing on time. Oh, there's more to do, and I'm going to get rid of this box. I am, because this box is swirly. Banker's boxes, I love them. But like anything, when it's, oh dear, used for a long time, things happen. So there's, oh dear, some things have fallen out. Oh no. And, oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Just a second here. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. I do believe that this beautiful box that has served and kept all this stuff safe for so long. It's time to go. Alright, now this stuff here was in this folder. I believe it fell out. And this folder contains all kinds of treasures. And it's a transactor folder. And just to give an example of the magical things inside here, looky, this came probably from, this is the specification sheet for the CBM 8000. Look at that. The 8032. It's a beautiful thing. Now the other thing that fell out of here, and I would bet it was on here, is another paperclip chip. That was the ROM that went into the machine that let paperclip work. So push that into here, where there are now two of them. Beautiful. Anyway, I will have to go through this folder and see what's what. There's, ooh, looky. It's a similar kind of a data sheet for WordPro 4 from Steve Hunter, Professional Software Inc. Yep. And there's even a picture of a typical WordPro hardware configuration. I don't know if you can see that, but there is a typical hardware and software configuration. Computer, disk drive, printer. Rock and roll. Alright, this folder could take a long time. And, oh my, a binder. Or a short survey of CBM Commodore 80. This could be handy. I have, downstairs, somewhere, a Commodore pet, which I got from Tim Butterfield. And I have not had a chance to test it here. This is something. You can look at things. Like a little magnifying thing. Beautiful. Alright, well, oh, that is off. Anyway, I need to get another banker's box, which I know I have around. And I need to sort through things and figure things. And I have to get back to this pet. I have been so delayed. Oh, by the pain and suffering I've been going through with my knee. It's no fun. It is not. Anyway, Well, thanks for coming. We'll continue to look at things and go through things and yeah, fix things, I would think. Anyway. Oh, and I've got some other pain I can't even talk about. Oh, God. Anyway, have a lovely day. David Bradley in the TV room, signing off. Bye for now.